Hey guys, what's up? It's RocketHouse 54 here, and in the 15th day of 25 Days of RocketHouse, I am going to be reviewing the Santa Claus 2. Now the movie is directed by Michael Lembeck and stars Tim Allen as Scott, or Santa Claus, Judge Reinhold as Neil, Wendy Crewson as whatever her name is. I can never remember the mom's name. Eric Lloyd as Charlie. Yes, even 8 years after the first one, they still got the same kid to play Charlie. And Spencer Breslin as Curtis. Now, Curtis in this movie is, like, probably one of the best things ever, because he's so funny in this movie. You may remember Curtis from, the movie The Kid with Bruce Willis. And you may also remember him from The Cat in the Hat. But anyway, so basically what the Santa Claus 2 is about is, it's basically, like, Santa Claus 2, if you've already seen the first one, you'll know that Tim Allen is Santa Claus. But then the thing is, if he, doesn't get married, then he's not going to become Santa Claus anymore. So he is actually going back to town to, like, try and marry somebody. And while he's gone, he makes, like, a robot, like a toy Santa, and, like, gives it, like, specific orders. And, but then, like, the toy Santa is, like, being, like, really, really mean. He's kind of, like, being, like, a dictator. Fun fact, though, the toy Santa was also played by Tim Allen, which, like, I thought that was really cool how they did that. And sorry about that, it's just my fingers feeling a little cold and numb because I put the Band-Aid too tight. But anyway, yeah, so that's basically what the movie's about. A lot of people did not like this sequel at all. Like, for the trilogy, most people loved the first one, thought the second was okay, and, like, from what I heard, like, I think a lot of people loved the first, thought the second was okay, and then thought the third was awful. But, like, I like all of them. I have liked all of them ever since, like, ever since I was little. And I actually saw the third one in theaters, which I'm not gonna, get into details with that until I actually review the third one. But yeah, so Santa Claus 2, it's a pretty good movie. I'm not sure if you'll enjoy it as much as the first, because a lot of people don't. In my opinion, if you like the first, you will like the second. But again, it is not the same formula as the first one, really. But it is, I think it's a pretty good sequel, actually. Like, I really enjoyed it. And if you like the first one, I think you might like this one. But, like, again, the best part in this movie is Curtis. Like, he is just hilarious. Like, in fact, my favorite line of this entire movie is, for those of you that have seen the first one, or for those of you that have seen the second one as well, you'll know that there's a head elf named, the head elf, his name is Bernard. And, basically, when Santa Claus leaves, he leaves Toy Santa, Bernard, and Curtis in charge of the North Pole. And what I was going to say was, the best part is when Curtis goes back to town to tell Santa Claus that Toy Santa is being, like, a dictator. He's like when Curtis knocks on the door, the little girl who wasn't in the first one, because she's just introduced in this one, she, she answers the door, and because she's technically, Scott's, niece. Well, technically it's his stepdaughter. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure she's his stepdaughter, but anyway, what happens is, Curtis knocks on the door, and she answers, and Lucy is her name. Lucy answers the door, and is like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm Curtis." "Are you a friend of my Uncle Scott?" Or something like that. "Yes, and it's like, "Where are you from?" "Buffalo." And then he's like, and she's like, "Why are your ears so pointy?" And then he's like, because I didn't eat my green vegetables. Do you eat your green vegetables? And then she's like, Uncle Scott! And she's like getting all scared. That wasn't the best line. I don't know why, but like this next part I just crack up at every time. So after Lucy tells Curtis to like go see Scott, he's like he's like, Dad, she's like, Uncle Scott, there's somebody here for you, and he's like, oh yeah, that's my friend Curtis. Me and Curtis run a business together and then he mouths Buffalo, and he's like, Buffalo? Yeah. And then he's like, oh, Curtis, why are you here? And he's like, there's a problem at the plant. And then his eyes are like, and he's like, Lucy, go upstairs. Again, that wasn't the line. It's this next part. He's like asking him what happened, and like he's telling him like Toy Santa's being really like evil and like a dictator. And then he's like, well, what about Bernard? Can't he do anything about it? And then Curtis, this is the line. And then Curtis is like, he's under house arrest. I don't know why I just crack up every single time I hear that line. I just think it is so funny. But, yeah, Santa Claus 2, it's a pretty good sequel. I know a lot of people won't like it, but in my opinion, if you like the first one, you will like the second. Yeah, so, it's a pretty good sequel. I highly recommend you check it out, at least, and, I'm gonna give the Santa Claus 2 a B. So, guys, let me know what your thoughts are on the Santa Claus 2 in the description below, and, let me know what your thoughts are on all of them, like whether you liked them or hated them. And, but yeah, that's basically all I have to say for this review. Subscribe for more content, and remember, you guys, never riding with reindeer, say no to drugs.